Most people know Gene Simmons as the co-founder of the long-running rock band Kiss. Since 1973, his group has sold more than 100 million records worldwide. Beyond his wild stage antics, he's known for his merchandising and business deals that have kept Kiss in the limelight for over 4 decades and spawned his own reality show, Family Jewels. Now he's venturing into the business of legal cannabis. He's partnered up with a Vancouver-based cannabis company, Invictus. Gene Simmons joins me here in Toronto. Welcome to you.
It's a pleasure. You know, I was noticing your headline was a little gossipy. Gene Simmons joins pot business. I think it does your entity a disservice. I think it lowers the conversation to a level you don't need to have. It's cannabis, that's the correct name. Every other reference is street jargon, and your brand doesn't do that, I know that.
Well, the thing is, though, it includes pot, right? Which is a jargon, right? It includes marijuana. Cannabis includes a lot of things,
yes.
Edibles,
yes.
medical.
I understand that, but I'm here only to talk about Invictus as an avowed, unapologetic capitalist. I'm interested in the business, and that's why I'm bullish on Invictus. I've got, in the interest of full disclosure, $10 million worth of stock within the company, and that was listed, you know, just for everybody to see. I like the business of it. I will tell you that...
What is it about the business that you like?
Well, something is going on in the world. The world is changing. We all know that. Once upon a time, alcohol was illegal. It was called prohibition. And then laws changed. We are in a state of flux now, and everybody will decide for themselves, hopefully, if they're informed, so you can make an informed decision. It's a personal issue. And I would respectfully suggest that everybody watching this wonderful show educate yourself, find out everything you can, and research should continue. But the cannabis area is something that I have to admit I was completely wrong about. I'm straight edge. That's what the kids call me, which is I don't drink, I've never been drunk, I've never smoked cigarettes, and I've never been high knowingly. Mm-hmm. Now, when you go to the dentist, you know, he'll numb you and stuff like that. Those, you know, that's a form of getting high. But I've never held anything, nor have I yet to taste or hold cannabis in my hand in any way, shape, or form. But I want to make this point. I'm sorry to bother you, but
you're not bothering me.
I love the sound. Oh, I know that because I love the sound of my own voice. So I was wrong. I'm here to say to everybody, because there's some people, if they know me, they go, well, you're that straight edge guy. Yeah. I stand by my words. I'm anti-drug abuse, anti-alcohol abuse, anti-smoking. But I was throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I thought cannabis was just like a thing. I was ignorant and uninformed.
Let me show people what you're talking about, because this is an interview you did with Hard Talk back in December at the BBC, and here's what you had to say about drugs at that time.
Everybody gets delusional when they have chemicals and other things inside their body. Without that, I wouldn't be creative and all kinds of other sort of enabling devices. The truth is, you're born with everything you need, and everything else that you put into your body that numbs your mind or your body is your enemy.
Born with everything you need, everything you put in your body that numbs your body, numbs your mind, is your enemy.
Yeah,
that was 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's right. And I hold true to those sentiments, which is to say, if I say break a leg, I don't actually mean break your leg. You know what I mean by that. And so when I'm trying to... I'm sorry?
Have a good show? Break your leg?
Well, good luck, or whatever that means. It doesn't actually mean break your leg, And so I've always said, I'm anti-drug and I'm anti-thing. You know what I mean. You can't be anti-drug.
What did you mean? Yeah.
Well, you can't be anti-drug. You need aspirins for a headache, and you need to numb your teeth when the guy's pulling it out. Clearly, that's not what I mean. It means drug abuse and alcohol abuse. But I'm not here for that didactic. See, that's a big word like gymnasium. I'm here to talk about, as an avowed, unapologetic capitalist, about what I think is a terrific new business And I don't want to do I don't want to change anybody's mind. I do think everybody should educate themselves about the area of cannabis, which is an ongoing conversation that governments on earth are having. They're all trying to figure out what it means, but people ultimately decide what laws are by electing their officials. And it's, you know, the inferred fiduciary duty and other phrases like that. It's up to you to find out and make informed decisions. Are you in the stock market?
Of course, everybody in Canada is in the stock market.
Just pick anything and just throw money at it? Or
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you don't. Come on. You first get an informed, you know.
But is this about money for you?
Yes.
Yeah. So you.
Well, end of conversation.
Yeah.
Sure
I love the honesty, but you know.
Well, sure it is.
But aren't you the worst
here,
possible
right?
brand
you work
person?
Here?
Yeah, I don't do it for free. That's true.
What is it? Just about money?
I'm not afraid. Not totally about money, but I think people know that when I say something, I believe it to be true, or I believe in the process to make it true.
I'm going to look right into the camera. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. You don't have to agree with me. You just have to find out for yourself what's right for you in the menu of life. And I'm here to say that 3 years ago, I didn't know anything about this area. And once I found Invictus, and by the way, all the large cannabis companies came down to Beverly Hills, came to my house, and I really appreciate it. From the largest to the mid, I don't want to mention the words, but they all came to my house and started talking to me about the area. I found a kindred spirit in the guy, Dan, over there, our CEO, Krisnick, who's the CEO of this wonderful company called Invictus.
Yeah, I know it's Invictus, but you said you liked his values.
It's not Invictus. Yeah. It's invictus-md.com.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well done. But you said that it was about matching values with him. What were the values that brought you together, considering that you don't believe in using marijuana? I'm assuming you're not going to pick up...
I didn't say that, and I appreciate you putting words in my mouth.
Are you going to smoke marijuana
I have never done so, but I'm going to reserve my right to try that because I'm getting more informed. But I've never done it yet.
But this is what you said.
But you asked me what did I communicate, the kindred spirit about that.
Yeah, what was the kindred spirit and the value?
Well, everybody else pitched me about the idea of the area of cannabis and what a wonderful...
investment.
Look, I've got $10 million in stock.
Legally,
in
you
the
have
company.
to put that out there. I know. Yeah.
I am. This is legally right there.
That's right.
We're in Canada. Yeah. Oh, Canada. See, we're
well
right
done.
there. Yeah, thank you. I'm married to a newfie. Are you kidding? Stay where you're to and I'll come where you're at, bite. Well, I'm going to get in trouble for that. And my kids are Canadian as well. They're Canadian citizens. But before I lose my train of thought, but that's never going to happen because I love the sound of my own voice, just listen carefully. The other companies, although they were bigger, were talking about all the stuff that they do. That's fine. When we sat down for dinner at the Beverly Hills Hotel, Dan Krisnick, first thing he started talking about was his daughter.
Why you have a daughter?
Well, it wasn't so much that. It was that the conversation was not about the obvious. He was talking about the ethical, moral way that he led his life. And we instantly connected. I thought, this is my kind of guy. And then I did my own due diligence and found out the company is run well. The management is professional. The people like doing that. And I thought, you know what? This is an area I want to find out about because if it was, you know, an investment of some kind, I'd want to find out management, what's the structure and all that. So for me, as an avowed, unapologetic capitalist, this is a good deal for me. I'll say it again, I am bullish on Invictus.
Okay. And cannabis. Let me play a clip for you also from the BBC Hard Talk. If we could get that turned up in the studio so Jean can hear it as well. Let's play what you had to say about why you personally don't do drugs.
Never drugs, never booze, never alcohol, you know, never cigarettes or anything like that. I've still never been high or drunk in my life. And I don't really care if anybody, oh, that's not right, you know, he's making it up. I don't care if anybody believes it or not. That's my choice in life, and you can decide to do whatever you want. I would never break my mother's heart. She was 14 years of age when she was in the concentration camps of Nazi Germany. I don't feel I have the right to disappoint her in any way. My mother is proud of her son. I've done my job.
Your mother, what would she think?
She'd be proud because everything I do, I have her in my mind. My mother had a horrible childhood, nothing that anybody can conceive of now. They think of Nazi Germany in the history books and stuff. Actually, it's my mother's time. She was 14 years old when she was in the, She was 14 years old when she was in the concentration camps of Nazi Germany. And she continues to be the rock that I refer to when I waver in any way, shape, or form. And she's 92 and just rocks my world. Every day I get up, what am I going to do that's going to make my mother proud? I'm her only child, by the way, so there's a lot riding on my shoulders. So everything I do, how I lead my life, what I do, all goes back to my mom. I know that's cornball, you're a mama's boy. You bet your ass I am.
But you said in that clip, you said you would not ingest drugs because you want to make her proud.
Of course, and you know what I mean by that because you're a very bright woman, I can tell, because you would not ingest drugs isn't quite accurate because those words don't say what they mean. Of course I ingest drugs. I go to the dentist and I ingest drugs, and I have a headache, so I take an asprin. Of course you do. Drug
You're
abuse.
talking about alcohol, marijuana.
Well, it's not, it's the abuse.
Cigarettes.
It's the abuse of it. If somebody just, look, I don't want to get into cigarettes. It's not my business. I'm not interested in it. But you notice I said business. I'm interested in Invictus because I think it's a sound business investment. Ask me again, is it just about money? Go ahead.
Is it just about money?
You bet.
Why not cigarettes then?
Well, it's not an area that interests me.
So marijuana or cannabis interests you?
It's a very exciting new thing. And look, the laws are going to change. Some are going to get stricter, some are going to get more fluid, but all of Canada is dealing with this issue. Israel, across Europe. We're going to New York in a few days. There's a storm there, something called a nor'easterner. Then we're going to Frankfurt. Ich kann auch sprechen Deutsch. Ich habe gelernt auf der Schule, but I can also speak Hungarian and Hebrew and a few other languages. But I speak correctly, you see, instead of como está. Yeah, I know I don't do that. When I learn something, I learn it the right way. The point being that this is a business broadcaster, and if you're asking me as a business, what am I bullish on? I'm bullish on Invictus.
Yeah, we heard
-md.com.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And this is, we couldn't hear it enough from you,
It's my
apparently,
job.
in this interview. I know, as chief evangelist of, chief evangelist
I don't
officer
care about
of Invictus.
titles. No, I mean,
All right.
yeah, title.
It's all about money. I get it.
Well,
we understand that very
even
clearly.
God passes the hat around. Come on.
I've never seen him do it, actually.
I have.
Gene Simmons, co-founder of the band KISS and the chief evangelist officer with Invictus, thank you very much.